Racing is sometimes about who has the biggest will to win. Most often, and pretty much 95% of the time, the fastest driver wins the race. But that isn't always going to be the case, especially here with today at Silverstone, the historic Grand Prix layout, because this is going to be about a fair chance, hence is the name. So here on iRacing Live, RaceSpotTV, we're going to take you to the Race4Sport Fair Chance League, and it's going to be all of the fun and the action that you would expect, and it's coming up in just a moment's time. Fords and Ferraris, Ferraris and Fords. That's what we will have seeing going on today. And these two vehicles will be battling it out over the course of an hour, 27 laps, whichever one is finished first here on RaceSpotTV and iRacing Live, because we are here for the Race4Sport, or shall we say the Race4Sport Fair Chance League that we have going on iRacing Live and RaceSpotTV. I am your host, Mr. Hashtag Do You Mind Jake Sperry, all alone for this one in the commentary booth. I've got my good buddy Hugo Louis, a 2011 iRacing World Championship Grand Prix Series champion, in the camera booth, having a good old go at things. So for what happens? Well, we've just had qualifying finish. So Julian Ofrey has set the fastest time, 1:34.656. Flavio Saturnino in second, 1:34.888. Victor Suarez Rivero, or Victor Suarez, shall I say, 1:35.557 in third. But the format for how this race happens is very different to what you would normally expect, because this is not going to be your atypical traditional race. Oh no, far from it. This is pursuit racing. This is predator racing. This is the fastest guys at the back charge their way to the front. And the guys at the front, well, they've got to try and run away as prey for as long as they possibly can. Timer will expire though soon in terms of qualifying. Nobody else will be out on track in this open qualifying session to make sure that they get themselves through. So, with proceedings going, this is round 6 of their championship, the first championship race that we have broadcast on RaceSpotTV. And do not forget, you can catch more action of this series from a beautiful circuit known as Suzuka, and you can make sure that you catch that one around the month of May, the late end of the month of May. You can find yourself with that one. May 24th will be when you will get your eyes on that. But for now, this is where things are going to get a little bit interesting. I don't expect everybody to be up onto the starting grid for the 2 minutes that they have to get themselves up there, but this racing is certainly going to be very, very interesting. Jack Turner will be the vehicle who will lead off the field as the fastest man of his category, and then from behind that, it's going to be a wait to launch and launch and launch, because you look at that Group 1, going to be very interesting. They will start from pit road. You look at Group 3, they will start from dead on last. But it's all about how you make that push forward, how you make sure those times work. And with 27 laps, most certainly anything is going to be possible. Worth talking about the fact that we're running the historic Grand Prix layout. That means we're not going to be taking the tight corner at the Vale. We'll be going flat out almost through that section into Club. It's worth also noting we're not taking the Abbey chicane. We're going flat out through the kink left, heading on the way to Bridge. So high pace, always going to be a key factor. It's going to be about keeping these vehicles on the straight and narrow on the island. Track conditions today, mostly cloudy here in the late afternoon. 24 degrees in the air, 26 degrees on the track. It is cooler. It is going to be more difficult for oversteer to occur with these vehicles. So a stable setup today is going to be so much more viable. Marcos Calvo then sitting in 8th position on the grid. He will look to be second at the moment. Noel currently in 3rd, Wittmann in 4th. 27 laps. In itself underway. Jack Turner will be uncontested then towards the start. Fantastic start from Michael Noel as he gets past Marcos Calvo. Thibaut Wittmann seems to have a little bit of an issue as Chauban, Poole and also Valley make their runs towards turn number 1 side by side. Wittmann and Calvo expect a lot in pit road then to struggle as we go 3 wide in the back. That's Valley, I believe, running off the circuit then at Copse Corner. That's going to allow Thomas Smiles an opportunity to battle, and around the outside at Maggots and Beckett holds it together nicely. That was a beautiful move from Richard Valley to maintain his position. Now the second pack gets itself underway. Flavio Saturnino, Tom Depka, Victor Suarez there, Jose Arcones. Behind that, Julian O'Fray and Luca Varani will look to make their pushes. That's everybody then out on circuit. This is a chase then. So those drivers, the likes of which Saturnino, Depka, Suarez, they're all now making the push. They've got to now munch their way through the field as quickly as they possibly can. 19 vehicles then taking to this one, looking for opportunities at the front. Jack Turner holding the advantage. Michael Noel in 2nd position. Thibaut Wittmann 3rd. Marcos Calvo currently in 4th out on circuit. The battle for 5th though, hotting up. This is Bruce Poole right now against Max Chaublin. And Chaublin in a bit of a situation there. Poole had a half look into, wasn't able to really make anything of that move as they now head into Priory. This fantastic left-hander, which I'm almost disappointed it's off of the new modern Silverstone circuit. Oh, heads up, iRacing have also said in the forums that they're heading back to Silverstone for the next month or 2. So expect to see some developments potentially with this Silverstone circuit in the near future. Wittmann, though, is still under pressure from Marcos Calvo, holding on to things quite nicely. That's maybe a little bit open, but Tom Depka's found his first driver. That's Victor Suarez, who actually got past him already. So Victor Suarez has made some positions very, very effectively. And that is crucial in terms of the racing acumen, because that means that Victor Suarez now will be the first driver to make that charge as they look to try and get forward. But Flavio Saturnino has certainly walked away from the pair of them as he looks to chase down Richard Arwood, who did a 54.9 that last time by. Just in front of him, Jim Oliver versus PJ Sally right now with Jose Carlos Campodonico. Maybe a little bit slow in front. Oliver hoping to get themselves into, getting himself into a position as they make the run to Stoke Corner. He gets down the inside and PJ Sally not going to fight it too much. He's just going to let through on the outside. Very gentlemanly, actually, way that he lets through on the outside. Actually, has a vehicle off there. That's Jack Turner, of all people, who was leading on the lap, and that is just coming off of the corner. I wonder if he had any damage already. He didn't. He just gets caught up on that grass on the outside to make sure you don't run wide, and he was doing everything in his power to try and keep things together as the replay is up on screen. But Jack Turner ultimately will be shuffled all the way to the back of the field, and that's going to probably be the end of his run at the front, as there's a spin for position number 3, and that is going to be the driver. That is Thibaut Wittmann. So Wittmann in the 104 machine gets a turnaround. He will drop all the way back behind Campodonico, behind Oliver, behind Sally, and he will be now looking pretty much in the wheelhouse, the likes of Richard Arwood and co, which is not the place where you want to be at this circuit. So Michael Knoll leads then. Marcos Calvo in second position. Matt Schoblum in third with Bruce Poole fourth. Richard Valley is currently in position number 5 with Thomas Smiles in 6th position. A little slow though is Mario Perez, and that's going to be 2 positions dropped. I wonder if he had a slowdown penalty. The answer is he definitely did, coming out of Luffield corner. So had a big incident, tried to slow it down, just about manages to avoid the penalty, as now Satanino makes his way past Sally, and now will look to try and get past even further. Perez will be next, as Wietmann and Oliver will go side by side into the right-hander that is known as Stowe, and Jim Oliver is going to not yield this one. He's going to try and hold it around the outside, get the power down on the exit, and that's beautifully held here, lap 3 of 27. He makes sure that he keeps the position just for now, and this is where Satanino can't afford to be too aggressive, because out of the way goes Mario Perez. He knows he's the quicker driver. Satanino's now going to have to try and work his way through the field as quickly as he can. The front 7 all had to start from the pits as per the format of this event. So interesting early stages that we've got. Knoll still leading. Schoblum, though, the battle for P number 3. Bruce Poole on the outside, looking for that move, potentially set up the run out of the exit to get that run towards Copse Corner, turn number 1. This ferocious Copse Corner, where you do have to touch the brakes. It's a lot more ferocious when you get into the bigger powered vehicles, the likes of your Formula 1s and your LMP ones, that you can really start attacking this Copse Corner. But Bruce Poole, for now, we'll have to stay behind to Maggots and Beckett. Will search for opportunity. Satanino now has found himself on the rear of Tibor Wittmann. So Wittmann trying to get past Oliver, trying to get past Satanino. Satanino may try and thread the needle. Let's try and think about 3 wide. No, he boxes himself through Maggots and Beckett. Jim Oliver is not giving up, and he has every reason to fight in this sort of race, and he's doing a great job of fighting so far on at the moment. He's doing 141 lap times. Compare that to the 137 that Satanino did, a 37.7. You can see just how the difficulties are there. And let's not also forget the fact that Satanino's got to find a way through, because this will allow the likes of Victor Suarez to have a go through. Satanino dives one down to the inside of Wittmann, so much more confident when it comes to the brakes. Those times just will continuously come down more and more, and that's the scary part. Oliver now has to get a good run here out of club as he makes the run up towards the next corners. The small left at the Abbey, then the right-hander at Bridge. So Satanino's just setting up that run. Oliver's not going to defend this one then. Satanino down to the inside and makes that one look quite easy at the end of it. Oliver unable to really fight against it that much, we can certainly say. Schlobem still holding off Bruce Poole in position number 3 as the leading 2 continues to hold a gap of about half a second between the pair, exactly half a second across the line. Marcos Calvo versus Michael Knoll, the battle between second and first. But the big issue is going to be that gap that will come down, with Flavio Satanino already chasing down Thomas Smiles for position number 6. That gap comes down from 14.8 seconds. Well, it comes down to 15 seconds right now, and Smiles straight out of the way of Satanino down the inside at Copse Corner. So making light work then, as now it's Victor Suarez's turn to start thinking about how to get past Mario Perez through Maggots and Beckett, and he'll go to the outside. A little bit of contact, wasn't able to have the room to really attack that there, did Victor Suarez, and that's only going to allow the driver behind us, Julien Affray, to try and think about making that move and getting himself right into the wheelhouse. So the middle of the pack then starting to bunch up, as these pursuit-predator type races certainly do. Side by side then Oliver may have to concede to Wittmann on the brakes, and does so, as the same could be said for Mario Perez, as he will lose 1 position, potentially 2. Still going to fight this one though, over towards the Vale corners, and unable there is Julien Affray to make a move to make a way around, as there's a vehicle spun off then, and that's one of your leaders. That's Michael Knoll, and that was from the race lead then. That was coming through Abbey. I wonder if there was contact together. There wasn't. They were side by side, Ford versus Ferrari, and the Ford of Michael Knoll all over the curb gets himself up on 2 wheels through Abbey and pretty much spread eagle across the circuit. Has got himself going, but crucially enough behind Victor Suarez. So on lap 5 already you're seeing Michael Knoll run into a few problems, as again he will lose a position, and that one to Julien Affray, who will go round the outside the long way around when it comes to Luffield corner and easily gets himself dispatched in that scenario. So it's all changed then at the front. Marcos Calvo leads 5.2 seconds then. His gap over Matt Schloblum and Bruce Poole second and third, with Richard Valley in fourth. Flavio Saturnino currently 12 seconds back, but that gap will be coming down. 35.1 his last time by. That was 2 and a bit seconds quicker on that last lap, so expect him to chase up in the next few moments. Thomas Smiles, though, under pressure. Here's Victor Suarez thinking about, can I make a move? Julien Frey trying to get past Wittmann, Tibor Wittmann, that is. So the moves already happened. Noah's Ark, this one then. Side by side, too wide, deep on the run into Stowe corner. On the inside, comfortable move then from Victor Suarez. Comfortable move also from Julien Frey, who will look to get Thomas Smiles in the Ferrari very, very easier in the next moments or so. So looking to go the long way around here, around the outside when it comes to this Vale Club corner section, and he makes that move stick. Julien Frey with a beautiful move around the outside. It's almost like slicing through butter right now. Valley, though, is closing on the group of Poole and Schloblum, but at the same point, so is Flavio Saturnino. So Saturnino, well, he's got 3 vehicles to get past. They're slightly quicker. They're doing mid-38s on that last time by. So compare that to the 35.1 that he was doing. That's not too bad at all. So they're working hard. They're getting positions, and they're starting to think about, okay, well, I've got to try and keep on pushing my way forward. Saturnino then finds himself with a 35.3 that last time by, a full 3 seconds a lap quicker than Richard Valley. Pulls the gap down to 9 seconds to the race leader as Bruce Poole heading through Maggots into Beckett's now, the left-hander, trying to open up a run here on Matt Schloblum and is not able to through the chapel. Here's the chance though on the run to Stowe, but again, not too close behind. Bruce Poole will really struggle as now Saturnino has found the rear of Richard Valley, who is more akin, shall we say, to different types of category vehicle, not necessarily this one, and straight down the inside. Flavio Saturnino easily makes the move. Poole looks to the outside, though, in the battle for second position. He's hoping to get himself a run down the inside, but again, you can see just how quickly Saturnino is just closing up this one. Lap 7 of 27, 20 laps to go. Saturnino still hoping that the podium is of relevance and importance. Remember, a race is never over, though, even though he's looking to make positions. And to the outside, Bruce Poole will try and look. He leaves the door open, though, and that's Saturnino saying, thank you, that's mine. Good luck trying to get that one back from me. Again, looking to the outside at Brooklands then. He's looking to try and get both of them. Schloblum, though, running a very good line here. Every entitled right to battle here on the end of lap 7, looking for the start of lap 8. But Schloblum really struggling with the run out of the corner. That's only going to allow Saturnino to think about the inside as they head through Woodcote and on to start the lap again. And Saturnino up into second position and up into second position. Held up quite a bit, though, on that lap of 36.3. Compare it to the 37.1 of Marcos Calvo. That's not bad at all from the 109 at the front of the field. But Saturnino now, fresh air, can chase, can start hunting down drivers once and again. Worth talking about the drivers, though, in the middle of the pack who are still looking to make positions. The likes of Jose Arcones, the likes of Luca Varani. They will start thinking about Mario Perez. They'll start thinking about this battle going on between Noel, Smiles, and Wittmann going on this one for the latter part of your top 10 as things stand at the moment. So Tibor Wittmann on the back of this one. Michael Noel looking to get the power down. The only Ford here split between 2 Ferraris, and Thomas Smiles currently under pressure. The Ferrari a lot quicker in a straight line. Maybe Wittmann had the chance, but backed out of it. Didn't think that it was the right time to make a move. Little lock-up, then 2 lockups. One from Wittmann, one from Smiles. The Ferrari's locking up on the brakes. The Ford very much more a prototype style of driving. A little easier there was the driver, Michael Noel, to find a way, and he was searching for the inside, and suddenly Tibor Wittmann says, thank you, you've been caught sleeping. That's a beautiful move from Tibor Wittmann. Take your hat off for that one. Thomas Smiles currently holding himself in position through Abbey. They come along. They're now allowing Varani and Perez and Co all to get in onto this action into the next right-hander. They come along. No chance then for the move to be taken, but right now the waiting game looks to continue. 1:37.1 that last time by from Marcos Calvo. That is a very astute lap time from him. That is only 4 tenths off of his quickest lap of the event. Saturnino does himself a 35-1 though, so takes 2 seconds out of him. On that last lap, gap comes down 6.8 seconds out on circuit. Continue though on that battle. Valley is out of the event by the looks of it, or down on pit road just at least, so we'll keep an eye on that one then. So Luca Varani gets himself with Thomas Smiles all out of position. There's one position gone, and I think Jose Arcones is going to look to try and make this one too as well. He's on the outside as they make the run to Maggots and Beckett's. That will soon turn to the inside, and that is very nice from Jose Arcones. He easily makes the move. Now though, Luca Varani's thinking, can I get Perez, can I get Noel, can I get Wittmann? How quickly can you get that, as Bruce Poole is currently being chased down by Julien Offray, as Offray thinking about position number 3 and 2 in the near distant future, but right now it's only 3 and 4 that he can get right now. So let's look further back though, because Varani has found Mario Perez. Not able to make anything happen, but you can see the contrasting lines then, as it's going to be Varani trying to take that tight line, open out the corner on the exit, runs wide. You don't get a penalty. You will there if you start clipping the grass though, and it's worth noting there is no incident limit here, so you can go pretty much as far wide as you really want, I guess, when it comes to the racing action. So Mario Perez had a thinker there about Michael Knoll, and this is what happens when you get stuck in trains. It's testing these drivers at the back's abilities to start making overtakes, and unable to make an overtake so far. Jose Arcones unable to really get anything done is Luca Varani. We'll keep an eye on things right now. Frey has found the rear of Bruce Poole, gets a good run off of the exit, and the Ford is down to the inside of, I believe, another Ford, unless I am very much mistaken from my chopper cam in the sky. Nope, Ferrari getting passed by Ferrari, with Ferrari having a look again. So the Ferrari's always seemingly the most popular, as Frey gets a fantastic run coming out of Chapel, unable to really put the power down on Schloblum, but able to get himself a good bit of toe, as he will look to try and angle to the inside, and angle he does on the brakes. Right-hander, comfortable as you like there. Julien Frey makes the move. Now Victor Suarez thinks about, can I follow in the footsteps? Can my 255 machine think about getting up into position number 4 on lap 10 of the event right now? The answer is most certainly a maybe, because there's a good run coming out of the club corner. Here's the run through Abbey, inside line. Bruce Poole's going to let him have it. I'm not sure Schloblum is going to let him have it at all. Has to go the long way round, completely out of the groove then, as he gets the inside at Priory, and there's a gift 1. Schloblum almost giving a gift 2 there. Bruce Poole's not confident enough to make that move as he sat and waited. Now Jose Arcones will try and look to go down the inside at the Vale, as there was a mistake for Luca Varani. He had to get on the brakes as he was all shades of sideways through that bridge corner. He holds it together, but Arcones is now back on the rear once again. So chase continues as Noel looks to go around the outside of Tibor Wittmann. I'm not sure that's going to work. If you can just get the run off the exit, you certainly will have a chance to get this run working. For now, running out of road, was thinking, I can hold the outside, I can hold the outside, crossed the beams to the inside, unable to make the move into Cops Corner turn number 1. The waiting game continues. But Flavio Saturnino, lap 11 of 27. He's got Marcos Calvo in the sights, and Calvo is running some very quick times for what he's been doing. He's been running good 37 1s, 37 flats, 36 9s. He's getting quicker and quicker. The only issue is that Flavio Saturnino right now is just too quick. 1.8 seconds on that last lap. The gap comes down 3.2 seconds out on circuit. Let's take you very quickly, RaceSpotTV fan immersion. Let's go on board with Luca Varani in the 322 machine. He's looking to chase down the pair of Noel and Wittmann. apexes there from Luca Varani as he headed through the back half of this Silverstone circuit. Fantastic circuit, has always been a traditional home of British motorsport. There's no real other circuit in the United Kingdom quite like it, as Jose Arcones waits on the rear. A potential for this move then with Michael Knoll and Thibaut Wittmann just in front, but for now unable to really make something happen. Marcos Calvo, though, he's a man under pressure because Saturnino is within a second for the first time in this event. So Marcos Calvo will have to be a very cautious man at the front of this field. So Marcos Calvo, he's done a very good job of running away, but I think he's just a little bit too short at the moment as Saturnino holding the advantage as they head into the left-hander of Priory. These two pretty much showcasing the differences between them. It's just a lot more accomplished braking from Saturnino. It's just that confidence to throw the vehicle in a bit faster, maybe a bit more aggressively. And Flavio Saturnino really showing what he has available to him. The gap will be next to nothing between your leading two as they look to march and continue forward. Wittmann versus Knoll versus Varani versus Arcones still going on there out on track. Right now, there are no changes of position as there was a half look there by Arcones on Varani as Varani now looks to the outside of Michael Knoll. He's stuck. He's unable to make the move. But again, look back to your leader, Flavio Saturnino. He's there and he's looking to get that run off the exit. Little wiggle between the two and a squeeze there from Marcos Calvo, but that's Flavio Saturnino up into the race lead, and with a 9-second advantage over Julien Offray, that is perfect for what is needed as Wittmann has looked at what has gone on, and there's been issues for, I believe, oh, that's a shame. I believe that would be Knoll, who has dropped back a lot of time. He's down onto pit road, in fact, so not necessarily an issue, but the strategy game coming into play. Tanks are limited to 55%, so there will be a stop for fuel, especially in the Fords. There is a 55% fuel tank limit, so expect a stop to come in. I believe Richard Valley looked to try and make the early stop, and that has paid dividends for him because he's through on Michael Knoll. So Richard Valley making the stop work. Jose Carlos Campodonico, though, he's not having anything good in the 144. He's just had a moment, all right, at the rear of the field, and that's going to put him behind for the moment. Arcones, though, looking to attack Thibaut Wittmann as he's on the outside as they make the run towards Bridge Corner. Outside through Abbey. Inside line then will turn for Bridge. Down on that inside. We're thinking lap 17 then is the window we're looking at for strategy as Arcones is through on Thibaut Wittmann. Easy as you like. Brucepol versus Schloblum still continuing, but the top four currently stands as follows. Flavio Saturnino leads this one by 0.6 of a second from Marcos Calvo. Julien Offray currently in third with Victor Suarez in fourth position. Those top four, we expect the only changes in that one to be Marcos Calvo dropping back little by little in the latter stages of this event here. 27 laps are over the halfway stage in this event. Arcones versus Varani. That one's going to be maybe a little bit more plain sailing as that's Tom Depka who's just gone off then out of Copse Corner. He was attacking the driver of Mario Perez. He just gets caught on that AstroTurf looking to put the power down. Perez has his own moment, but Tom Depka, he's done well to keep that one out of the Armco. Keeps himself going, but crucially enough, has dropped a lot of time to the likes of Perez and Wittmann. So a lot of time that goes a-begging for Tom Depka in this one. The championship standings, though, by the looks of things, is a 1-point battle between Saturnino and Offray, with Thibaut Wittmann currently third in the championship as things stand. So it's close, but right now close is all that it is. Battle going on then. Knoll versus Valley. This one of the guys who have made a stop. Jose Carlos Campodonico, I don't think has. So Richard Valley right now through on Michael Knoll, but Knoll, despite the couple of mistakes that we've seen out of him today, has been very, very good at being aggressive as he has to take a double take through the right-hander at Stowe. Almost a curse there. The back stepped out on him. He had to really correct that. And, oh, Richard Valley completely misses his braking point against Campadonico. 3 wide as he almost rejoins back on circuit. Noel makes his way through on Campadonico, but Richard Valley, with a very big mistake there, does just about enough to hold things together. And we were talking also about the fact that Jack Turner came down on the lane quite early in this event. I believe that was at the end of lap 2, so he looked to try and get things sorted. Thomas Smiles then down on pit road as things stand. So we're seeing here mid-pack drivers thinking about making those stops then, looking to try and think about, okay, now's my time that I need to start thinking about making the stops. The gap, though, I want to focus on is between Marcos Calvo in second and Julian Affray in third. The gap is down to 6 seconds when they last crossed the line. It was a 36.4 from Marcos Calvo, a 35.4 from Julian Affray. So Marcos Calvo finding a fantastic lap time compared to what he's been doing there. 36.4. That's a good 0.3 of a second quicker than anything he's done. So Calvo's finding some pace, only a second a lap slower now than Flavio Saturnino. So maybe give himself a little bit of a bump up forward. He's showing some incredible pace as things go on. Still got the battle though. Bruce Poole versus Matt Schloblum. And Bruce Poole, very content just to sit and wait. Maybe a half look then as they came through Brooklands into Luffield, the 180-degree right-hander out on circuit. Thinking about getting the power down on the exit to make that charge, and Matt Schloblum still behind, well, still ahead at this stage. So they head on to lap 16 of their event. Nobody has come down from the leading 4 to make a stop as of yet. So a little bit more open now, this field, as you've still got Arcones versus Varani going on as well. So the 3.22 against the 2.17. 36.7 compared to a 36.8, so slightly quicker that last time by Jose Arcones. As the draft, as the gap was 0.4 of a second across the line, you may have a chance to get that down to 0.2, and just taking slightly different lines there. The line for Arcones did not open up Chapel. The line for Varani certainly did, and Varani was a lot slower through the left-hander at Beckett. So that's Jose Arcones just getting caught out the wrong end. Both of them, though, chasing down Schloblum and also Bruce Poole. Poole on that last lap was a second quicker, so was able to attack. So they are changing lap times quite considerably, as Arcones and Varani will look to try and get through sooner rather than later. Your leader, though, Flavio Saturnino, continues on his merry way. No harm, no foul, no troubles in the world. Calvo in second, O'Fray in third. All of them deciding that pit stops are not needed at this stage. But this circuit is one of those that always seems to have a challenge when it comes to top speed. Of course, an ex-airfield that you have here at Silverstone, you never really get to see the elevation changes. There isn't really too much you can talk about with that, but what you can talk about is the fact that it is one of the purest challenges of racing in the United Kingdom. You very rarely see a United Kingdom circuit, apart from maybe Oulton Park, that has a dramatic amount, and maybe even Donington Park as well, that has a dramatic amount of elevation change when it gets to it. But right now there's a bit of traffic for Victor Suarez to deal with. That's Thomas Smiles, who's just come out of pit road. He's 1 lap down. We've currently got 1 retirement today, and that is the 106 of Richard Arwood, and that is a shame to see Richard Arwood struggling in the way that he has been. So the struggles are certainly there. The chance to attack is certainly there as well. So you're looking then at the battle between Bruce Poole, Matt Schloblum, and Bruce Poole has just really been unable to make the decisive hammer blow at Matt Schloblum in the 155. Poole thinking about making the move then into the left-hander of the Vale. Not going to get anywhere near. And is just going to probably be waiting for the prime overtaking opportunities. That's going to be down to Stowe and up into Bridge. So opportunities knock then. Here's one of the 2 chances they can definitely have, which are probably decisive in these vehicles. Has to angle it to the outside, trying to pick up the run, but slightly wide, trying to open up the exit. Not really using all of the track there, Bruce Poole. And it's only allowing Luca Varani and Jose Arcones to start closing in. Varani will be first to the battle of the pair. As right now, Calvo versus O'Fray. Let's turn our attention to this one, battle for second, because Calvo has suddenly gone 2 seconds slower than Julien Offray. Offray in the wheelhouse, and Offray actually closing down on Flavio Sassanino has brought the gap down to 7.6 seconds. So Offray, every reason to start pushing. He is the fastest man on track. Thinking about the long way round, not happening. Still hoping, though, is Julien Offray. And again, you just keep seeing here these lovely defensive lines being taken by Marcos Calvo as he's just sweeping around Offray. He's almost fidgety. He's almost like an angry wasp in the way that he wants to find a way past. But Julien Offray, opportunity then, looking for the inside. He's going to commit late to the move. Is he? No, he's going to back out of it. So he'll be stuck for a little bit longer unless he can make a move then into the next lefts and right-handers. This Priory looking for Brooklands. And potentially, if he sends one down the inside, he'll go the high side, look to open up the corner, get a run off the exit, and he'll do exactly the same here as he goes the long way round, open up the exit. And look how much more accomplished he thought he was on the exit. Had to check up slightly at the end of lap 18. So I think that maybe we're not looking at potentially those one stops. I know that there are, well, there's no limit to the fast repairs that they have, so they're infinite fast repairs, infinite spare vehicles that you can go to. So maybe that's what we were seeing as that's Matt Schloblum side by side and sliding, coming out to the left-hander. And that was Priory, and that was 2 positions gone. Arcones and Varani go through on Matt Schloblum. Let's get a replay of exactly what happened there, because I think there may have been a bit of contact, Schloblum and Varani. Varani just so much more accomplished. No contact between the pair. A little scare then for the driver of Matt Schloblum, as I believe that was Varani running incredibly close, checking up. Schloblum getting scared. He was going to run into the back, going a little bit quicker and running away with things at the moment. But Offray side by side as they head in towards the Vale, which is right about now. He'll have the inside at Club Corner because Calvo holding on very aggressively, but it will be the inside though at Bridge Corner. That's going to be the worry, and a lot quicker there was Marcos Calvo. So Offray doesn't quite know what he's dealing with right now. Can't get past the car for second, and this is only going to be holding up Offray as the driver of Flavio Sassanino now starts seeing the lap traffic in front. Richard Valley, Jose Carlos Campodonico, PJ Sally, Jim Oliver, all of them. They need to start thinking about chasing down Sassanino, holding that advantage, but Calvo still in second. The battle for third still exchanging, heating up. Bruce Poole, I do believe, has come down onto the lane. He has, so he's made his 1 stop of the day. So Bruce Poole out behind Jack Turner and looking to try and just charge on a little bit quicker in this one. Keep an eye though on the battle for second position, Calvo and Offray, because that one has completely changed. Julien Offray down onto the lane, so he's one of the first leaders then to make the one and only stop. You can see just how he angles himself, looking to try and get himself the perfect exit out of pit road. So Offray in and out, splash and dash, and no need to change the tyres. And going to come out then in relatively clean air in front of Luca Varani and also the driver Jose Arcones. So the 217 machine certainly going to be clear of the train that ensues behind him. Ideal in terms of the racing, but this is key for Marcos Calvo because he was unable, or Offray was unable to get past Marcos Calvo. This is going to mean that there is an undercut strategy happening right now with Marcos Calvo. He has that ability to try and chase down on his own Marcos Calvo's times, and if Calvo doesn't have a good stop, can't get in and out quicker, then Julien Offray could very quickly have himself the advantage out on track. Your race leader though has been for a little while. Flavio Sassanino's half an hour has ticked over in the books, 32 minutes. He continues on lap 21 of 27 as he crosses the start finish line. A good 7 laps to go left in this event. In comes Marcos Calvo then from position number 2. He cannot go any further, and he is so pedestrian when it comes to the yellow cone. In fact, I think he may have even got the wrong line, and that's going to cost him maybe 2-3 seconds when it comes to his stop, because Julien Offray is charging, heads through Luffield Corner, looking for the opportunities now to get himself past. Marcos Calvo in his box, looking to get the fuel. To get back out and away, And does, but there goes Julian O'Fray right about now through Copse Corner. So Marcos Calvo, nothing able to do about that. Julian O'Fray makes his way through up into third position out on circuit. Luca Varani comes in. Tibor Wittmann comes in as Jose Arcones looks to keep on going. I think he's made a stop. No, he hasn't. He's made a mistake, I believe, on lap 20. So I wonder where that one was. I don't think we're able to get a replay of that one because that was... Oh, it was on the exit of the final corner. That was very bizarre, actually. We only just saw that. So, yes, we can get a replay of it. Jose Arcones getting turned, and that was, I believe, the 217 machine just getting too aggressive coming out of the final corner on the end of the lap, and that has cost him a lot of time, a lot of positions, and has probably cost him a chance at gaining a couple more. Replay up on screen of that one, and it's just the looping spin that nobody wants to see, but sometimes just has to happen. Jack Turner's in for a second time. It's Flavio Saturnino stays out one more lap. The splash and dash, the fuel save able to happen for Saturnino because he has such a gap at this stage. So the next question becomes, Victor Suarez, can he manage to go and get himself jumping for the podium when it comes to Marcos Calvo? The questions are there. They are being asked. But right now, it could be that Victor Suarez may be a little bit too far back at this stage to make things happen. He's 18 seconds ahead of Marcos Calvo, so it would be tight, especially with the shorter pit road that you have here at Silverstone. There is an opportunity to make something like that happen. So the chances are there. We do have a battle further down the field, though. This is Mario Perez versus Tom Depka in the 208 machine. So Depka thinking about making a move on Perez. This one currently for position 11. Tibor Wittmann is currently, I believe he's just come in and made a stop, if that. So that's going to be Tibor Wittmann then, a man under pressure as well, as the battling continues inside of the final 6 laps, if not the final 5. Depka on the rear of this train then, currently classed as being in position number 11. For the top 10 then. No opportunities through Copse Corner as Tibor Wittmann holds his position and probably will have that all the way to Copse Corner. Well, not even to Copse Corner, I should say to Stowe Corner, as Tom Depka then trying to open up the run through the right-hander of Chapel, get the power down a little bit quicker than what Mario Perez is able to do, but crucially Tibor Wittmann acting as the slipstream, acting as the tow, and there's not much really I think that Tom Depka can do unless he's very aggressive when it comes to the brakes. We have lost Jose Carlos Campodonico from this event. That is a shame. We're down to 17 runners as out of pit road comes your race leader, Flavio Saturnino, and comfortably out as well. In though is Victor Suarez as he looks to battle for third position with Marcos Calvo in his box. It's a long hold as he gets away. Marcos Calvo is through, and now Suarez has to chase. And chase a lot in the 255 machine. He uses the alternative exit. Try and get himself going, but Victor Suarez, that's a lot of time to gain. That's probably about 6-7 seconds, and I'm not sure he's able to do that. Matt Schloblum, though, he's down on the lane. Where is he in comparison to Bruce Poole? Poole rounding the final corner. Schloblum waiting in his box. Gets himself going. Aggressive on the pit exit. There goes Luca Varani. There goes Jose Arcones from his pit stop. And there's Bruce Poole looking to chase that one down. So for Bruce Poole pitting early, he hasn't put... Up and over goes Bruce Poole, and we apologise for the issues that we've had, but Bruce Poole has been turned by the driver of Jose Arcones. They were almost 3 wide. In fact, they were 3 wide, heading out of Brooklands corner, and a mistake on the power then. Just talk oversteer for Arcones. Causes a lot of panic, and Bruce Poole will be pretty much dunzo from this one. He'll be able to get a fast repair. He'll be able to get back out and going. But most crucially, he'll be down the field. It's caused a bit of panic there. Matt Schloblum then still holding the advantage over Jose Arcones. The gap at the front, 4.7 seconds between Ofrey and Saturnino. That one coming down, though, as also Calvo versus Suarez happening. We are 2 to go at Silverstone. So a lot of abilities to make moves. And here's one. Tom Depke looking to go down the inside of Tibor Wittmann. The Germans going at it together, and more accomplished there. Tom Depke. Comfortable move, easy move on Tibor Wittmann. He'll be happy about the way that he has made that move. Arcones will be next as they both try to chase down Matt Schloblum. Interesting to see if there's any damage, though, on the machine of Jose Arcones' car. And there's a lot of missing front left. So that's going to mean that Arcones, or front right as you will see it, that's going to mean that Jose Arcones is going to be struggling with a little bit of damage, and that will not be ideal. 2 laps to go. Popsicle sticks in the air, and Victor Suarez is done a 1:46 that last time by. That was a mistake somewhere. So we'll get an eye out then on what has happened to Victor Suarez out on track. We're not going to be able to be sure if we can get a replay of this one. It was a mistake through Copse Corner that has cost Victor Suarez. So that's 12 seconds gone. That's going to be positioned for pretty much cemented and secured as the battle's going on. 6th, 7th, 8th, 9th continued. Tom Depke is on a right royal charge. And Jose Arcones will be next when they have 2 laps to go. But the white flag will come out then for Flavio Saturnino. And it looks like we have the 2. Ofrey from Group 1 and Marcos Calvo from Group 3. So it all looks hunky-dory unless something happens in the final few stages. So Saturnino takes the white flag. The gap currently stands at 4.1 seconds out on circuit. Eyes, though, to Depke. Unable to make the move on Arcones just yet. Maybe has to think about the inside when it comes to the left-hander at the Vale. Nope, going to have to try and get the run out of club. But now Arcones turns defense into offense. But look at the run that Depke's going to get out of the exit. He uses all of the circuit. A bit more, goes 4 wheels off the circuit, actually, to try and get this run, get that move. Unable to make it happen, but he's got 1 more lap to get past the pairers. Schloblum a little bit slow there through bridge. Big defense, cross the beams to the outside. They try, and now there's a mistake, and there's contact, and that's Schloblum around with Arcones evolved for a 2nd time. And I can't blame Arcones in that situation. He drops 2 positions, 1 to Tom Depke, 1 to Tibor Wittmann, as now Mario Perez waits in the wings, but I'm not sure he'll be able to make the move. So now Arcones versus Wittmann is what will have to be thought about. But it's been all Flavio Saturnino all day long. He's been the best at navigating the traffic. He's held himself very accomplished in terms of what he's been able to do, and he's just stayed out of trouble here in round 6 of the championship, the first that we've shown on RaceSpotTV and iRacing Live. Just the right-hander to go. And Flavio Saturnino in the 279 will take the championship lead as he takes the victory here at Silverstone. And the run to the latter stage of the championship is all in his hands. Julian Ofrey will come home in 2nd. A resilient charge from him. And it's a long, long wait for Marcos Calvo in position number 3, who did all the early work. But in the end, he will get himself a nice reward of a podium finish here today as he rounds the final corner and continues to make his run. We'll look further back, though, because we've still got those battles. Arcones, Wittmann, Depke. They're all slightly spaced out, though, so I'm not sure if anyone's going to be able to make a move unless there's a bit of a wiggle, a bit of a mistake between the 3 of them right now. Arcones, Wittmann, seemingly holding themselves in good stead. A good battle going on between the pair. Into Priory, no opportunities to make the move. Victor Suarez comes home in 4th. Luca Varani rounding the final corner will take 5th position after starting 5th in qualifying, but there's a half chance for Arcones. Just needs to get the run perfect through the final corner. But Tibor Wittmann, I think he's just got enough, and the answer is yes, he does. Wide goes Jose Arcones. It will only be P8 after what looked promising incidents with both Poole and Schloblum. And Matt Schloblum will not be happy at the fact that he was involved late on. Holds off against Michael Knoll. Jack Turner looks like he's going to be unable to deal with Richard Valley in the final stages as well. Shane still at the battle as well. PJ Sally, Jim Oliver. And Jim Oliver not close enough to get there either. So, classified results. Let's get them up on your screen for you right about now. Flavio Saturninho takes the win. 3.2 seconds. In the end for that one, he takes it 33 seconds back, though, in position 3. Marcos Calvo with Victor Suarez chasing down hard in the end. Mistake from Marcos Calvo on the final lap, but that was not enough to chase it down. Luca Varani then finishes home in 5th. Tom Depka taking advantage of what happened between Arcones and Schloblum, with Wittmann in 7th and Jose Arcones in 8th. Mario Perez, solid drive in 9th with Matt Schloblum. Arguably deserved more in 10th position. Michael Knoll then onto the second page. Richard Valley making mistakes early on. Jack Turner had to come in for 2 stops. PJ Sally, Jim Oliver. Bruce Poole as well. He struggled today. He got involved in an incident, of course, with Jose Arcones. That drops him back to 16th. Thomas Smiles 1 lap down. And then the vehicles that failed to finish today, Jose Carlos Campodonico and Richard Arwood. Going to step aside, though, for 1 second here on RaceSpotTV. When we come back, the fallout from Silverstone, the post-race show, will be coming to you after this.
Team racing allows multiple iRacing members to team up and race together, just like in real-world endurance series. Teammates can share driving duties, spot for one another, or be a crew chief. Team racing is free, both to join a team and to create one. Each teammate races on his or her own computer from wherever they want to. Your teammates can be anywhere in the world, and changing drivers mid-race is as easy as a click of a button. iRacing features team endurance events ranging from just a couple of hours to 24 hours in length. So, if you fancy taking part in an iRacing endurance race in the future, you can learn more about team racing on the teams page on the member website.
It's called a predator race because you chase. And some people are chasing better than others. Some predators are more fearsome than others. But ultimately, very good race in the end. All 3 categories getting close, all getting on the podium, all doing a very good job of maintaining things. Only 2 retirements here today out of the 19 that started here on RaceSpotTV and on iRacing Live as well. This was the Race4Sport Fair Chance event. I, of course, hashtag Do You Mind Jake Sperry, Hugo Louis Calmon, behind the, shall we say, behind the desk for this one with our cameras that are working here today. And the fallout from an event that was interesting, certainly to say the least. Saturninho deserving the victory, 3.2 seconds in the end. Afray was chasing, but Afray ran out of time and really got caught up in the early stages with traffic and was unable to chase down Saturninho the way that he wanted that to be. I am going to get a moment, though, to talk to Donald Strout, series admin of this one. And Donald, this has gone the way that you wanted it to today.
Pretty much. I think this is an interesting format with 3 groups, starting with a head start on Group 1, and then Group 2 starting about, I guess, 12 to 15 seconds later, and then Group 3 starting about 7 seconds later after that. I mean, Julian did a fantastic job driving through traffic, and so did Flavio. He was just too tough to catch this time.
Too tough to catch this time, and of course the championship battle between the two. It's very clear that Saturninho has a lot of pace. Afray maybe a little bit more and is just hoping to get there. We're not going to be seeing the Race4Sport series on RaceSpotTV for a little while. We'll be coming back May 24th at Suzuka, the penultimate round of the championship. Do you feel that between now and May that you're going to see this battle between O'Fray and Saturnino develop and add a bit more flavour to a championship which was a point, I think, coming into this one?
Sure. Actually, we have a automatic self-regulating system so that when guys start doing really well, we add to their L rating. So we have an L rating that's sort of like the I rating in iRacing. And after today's win, Flavio graduates to Group 3. So he will be starting right next to Julian in Group 3 the next race.
That's going to be certainly very interesting indeed. And of course, for the series, for the work that's been put in behind the scenes, it's always very difficult to raise up the funds to do a RaceSpotTV broadcast, or any broadcast for that matter of fact. But for you yourself and the league, you know, you've showcased your ability. You've seen a lot of battles up and down the field. I mean, you can still talk about Jose Arcones and his adventures with Schloblum and Bruce Poole towards the end. Do you feel that the action is maybe more spread out throughout a race, more rather than, say, a reverse race where it's all packed and everybody's trying to make desperation moves, and a lot more different, say, to a normal race where you see maybe the 1 or 2 moves that you'd normally get?
Well, I definitely think the pursuit racing format with the BOP that we've set up is a little bit more tame and fair, and actually more fun, I think, than the reverse grid. Still searching for a way to make it possible for racers of all different abilities to compete on an equal basis. It's really tough unless you have a different weight category that you can add to each car for each driver, which iRacing doesn't allow. But so far, I think this has provided really good racing for the 3 groups. There's actually 4 races going on for every race.
4 races going on for every single race. Well, Donald Strout, I'll give you an opportunity. Anybody you'd like to thank, or for the hard work and determination that the series puts in?
Well, all of our races are sponsored in the name of and in support of recognition for Team RFC, which is a group of about 100 chaplains that serve the motorsports industry all over North America and Europe and Australia. So, you know, just in recognition of all the efforts of those chaplains at all of the real racing events around the country.
No worries at all. Donald Strout joining us, series admin here at Race4Sport. But for the time being, though, that's all that we're going to have time for here on RaceSpotTV and on iRacing Live. A massive thanks to Istvan Ballo, TrackCams22. Make sure that you check them out. They are fantastic in terms of our cameras. And Vern Designs, our official graphics partner here at RaceSpotTV, along with Apgeneer and ATVO, our official graphics engine here at RaceSpotTV. Our animations, of course, by Simon Grossman. And let's not forget Nick Thitten for the live timing and scoring that we have available. Don't forget, that's not over this week on RaceSpotTV. Tomorrow night's a double header for a quadruple header, shall I say. Verizon IndyCar Series, Barber Motorsports Park, Connery Maddock, Jack Styles. Make sure you join them before Dirt Night comes into play. We're talking midgets at Lanier. We're talking GRC at Sonoma. And we're talking USAT at Eldora. Make sure you check all of that out. Randy and the gang. And of course, the 3rd round of the VRS GT iRacing World Championship. Paul Smith, Connery Maddock, Randy Chenna. 3 hours of Monza and all of the trimmings to put in as well. And well, for the time being, that's Hugo Louis. That's #YouMind Jake Sperry. That's Nino's championship lead, but he's got a lot more work to do for the second half of the season. Make sure you tune in on RaceSpotTV. We'll see you in just a moment's time.